Counselor Arianna Berg, I want to play for you an interview that took place tonight. This is the suspect's former boss, a restaurant manager. Brief part of a conversation she had on live TV tonight that opens a whole door to the kind of mind we're talking about here. We'll talk about it on the other side.
He definitely beat to the beat of his own drum. He was anti-gay, anti-black, anti-Jewish, you name it. Everybody that really wasn't white and wasn't a white supremacist didn't belong in the world. That's what he used to say to me all the time. But I really was shell-shocked when I found out it was him. I really couldn't believe it because as far as an employee, he was on time, he was cordial, he was articulate. I never had any problems with him. There was no theft. My customers liked him. But it was just his political views that scared me.
Was he violent?
Not at all. There was no violence at all. I mean, he made it a point. He knew I was a lesbian and a very proud lesbian. And he made it a point to tell me that, you know, God had made a mistake with me and that I should burn in hell. And along with my other black friends.
Straight to your face.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Counselor, if I appointed you prosecutor of this case, I think you'd probably put her on the stand, and I think you'd probably make special arrangements to drive that van right into the courtroom or get the jury, all of them, to go out on a field trip and see it in the parking lot. What else?
Yes, absolutely. That van is a roving playbook for the crimes that Sayak was attempting to commit and did commit. And all of that evidence is something that prosecutors and law enforcement are poring over and looking at to get inside the mind of Sayak. What was motivating? What was animating him behind these crimes? If we look at the complaint, which was the charging document that the Southern District of New York filed, you'll notice that remarkably what is very not present in that complaint is about his political motivations, his ideologies, which are literally advertised right on his van, on his Twitter account, and clearly in his statements to his former boss and other people that know him. But those are the kinds of things that potentially could be charged. There are crimes that would increase his maximum penalties to life imprisonment or more years than he has left alive. Those crimes absolutely look into those political motivations. He could be charged potentially down the road with attempted murder against a U.S. official in retaliation for the performance of their duties, or attempted murder against a former U.S. official or a family member of a former U.S. official, again, to intimidate or retaliate against them for their political ideologies. This is the clear definition of domestic terrorism, when someone does something in pursuit of a particular political, social, or religious agenda.
And, Counselor, it's being tried by your former shop, the Southern District of New York. Given that these devices went all over the place and he was arrested in Florida, why the Southern District of New York as a jurisdiction?
Well, a lot of times for federal crimes, you need an interstate commerce or interstate nexus because the mails were used. Really, that means that most any federal district could charge it. Southern District of New York is uniquely situated to deal with these types of cases of terrorism, bombings, things like that. The Joint Terrorism Task Force with the FBI is really second to none in pursuing these cases. And we have to remember that even though these packages were mailed from Florida, and the initial bombs were sent to New York targets, that's enough for New York to take the case.